Good morning. Are y'all half awake this morning? Can you guys at least tell me if you can hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Thank you. All right, so we'll give people one more minute to jump in here. All right, it is 9 o'clock. So I sent out an announcement yesterday. Did you guys see that? If you are a Mac user, the Business 104 lab will be open from 10 to 12 today, so right after our class. I will not be there, but another instructor will be there. So if you want to run over there, wherever you are on campus, if you have time, capacity is 24 and there are only about 5 seats left. So first come, first serve. Mac users will be given preference since they can't do that on their own computer. Anybody have any questions about that? Are you guys all doing okay on the geometric stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me know if you guys have questions or if you run into problems. If you do run into problems on a geometrics question and you're not sure why you keep getting it wrong even after you use the help, try and screenshot the question and then make sure the number is in there and email it to me, and then I can look at it on my end and see what's going on, okay? And see maybe what you're missing and help you out through email. Just another quick announcement. I will be gone October 5th. I'll be traveling, so I will do a recorded session to go over that day's or that week's work. But both Monday and Wednesday that week, you guys will be on your own. And I will send out another announcement as that gets closer and make sure that the Zoom session is recorded and up on our website. Okay, so research papers. So let's get into our modules. And we are already in week 2. So this week we have a couple more word geometrics training and testings. Looks like we have the skill review 2 and 3. And We also have our resume, cover letter, and mail merge assignment and our group research paper. So with your group research paper, I did extend this to next Sunday, so you have an extra week to complete it. I know this week was a short week, so I wanted to give you a little extra time to get with your group members and get started on that. Any questions about the research paper? Have you guys been able to reach out to your classmates that were in your groups? Does everybody know where to find their group mates?
Where do you find your group at?
Okay.
Hold on.
So let me jump into student view here. So when you go to people, you're going to see your groups here. And then just extend each group and look for your name. Okay, so you're going to want to reach out to your group mates like today and talk about what you want your topic to be. I would recommend the instructions say you can do it on the genocide topic using the Showa databases in flight, or you can do it on something else that's technology related. To be honest, and to save you guys time in the next couple of weeks when we get into PowerPoint, I would do it on a Showa. Use the Showa databases and use it or do the topic as a genocide topic, just because you're going to be doing a genocide topic presentation for PowerPoint, and all of the information and data that you collect for your research paper, you can then just translate that into the PowerPoint presentation. So you don't have to go back and do all that extra research for your PowerPoint presentation. You guys can do it on a different topic, but just keep that in mind as you move forward. You're going to be using data for your PowerPoint, so you might as well do it now. And then there's also a video in here, I believe, about using the Showa databases. Yeah, so there's a tutorial right here. So this is like actual research using the flight databases. Now, don't go to flight and ask them to use the databases. This is all online. So you actually just go to the flight library from the main Ferris page. And I think we may have went over this previously as well. And then your databases are right here. So we're going to search, and the video tutorial will show you how to do this. Search the A through Z databases, and then you can type in here, Showa. And then there's your database. Okay, so watch the video tutorial to figure out how to do the rest of this, please. And if you have any questions, you can send me an email on it, but make sure you get with your group mates like no later than the end of this week, so you guys have some time to do some research and you know, split up your roles and make sure everybody has a part, okay? All right, so that's the research paper. We are going to go over the resume, cover letter, and mail merge, but I just wanted to double check and make sure if anybody had any geometrics questions, how that's going. Is everybody comfortable using the interface now? How that works, moving around, finding the help button.
Yeah, like a whole work. Shit.
What was that? Okay. All right, so. Okay, so we found our groups. You can't create your own groups. You've already been put into groups. So you have to go find who your group mates are and reach out to them. Okay, so Alex just asked the question, the group members again. So Alex, you can find those under people on the left here. And then you'll see the groups tab. You'll just need to expand those groups and look for who your group mates are. All right, so we're going to move on and cover the cover letter resume and mail merge assignment today. If you guys haven't already downloaded the templates or have a notebook open or something to take notes, because we're literally going to go through it step by step. So all you kind of have to do is remember what we did and plug in your own information. So notes are good, but we're also going to have the session is recorded as well, so you can always go back in and review the session too. All right, so week 2, resume, cover letter, mail merge. All your materials are in here. So basically you need to download the instructions. Okay. The mail merge instructions with the example actually will take you to an external website, which is fine. That has good step-by-step instructions. There's just a lot of information there, and we're going to kind of simplify it for you today. And then the mail merge instructional video, for me, the video is much better than the written instructions that link you out to the external website. So the video is about 8 minutes long, and I just want to show you guys a trick. You may already know this, but if you don't, when you are watching YouTube videos or any type of videos online, most of the time they have settings that you can speed them up. So when you click on the gear, do the playback speed to like 1.5 times. It goes faster for you, and at 1.5 times speed, you can still understand them. So I did that a lot when I was going through my master's program. If you aren't muted, can you mute yourself, please? I'm getting a little feedback here. Thank you. Okay, so that's the instructions and the video tutorial there. So your templates are here. So we got the instructions already downloaded. Download your template for the resume and the cover letter. And then there are some examples here as well. And then for this assignment, when you submit, you need to use OneDrive. So we'll talk a little bit about that at the end of the assignment here. Again, your rubric's at the bottom, so you know exactly what you need to do to get a good grade. Okay, so we have our instructions. Okay, I'm just going to move that to my other screen so I can see these other two here. All right, so your resume is just a template. If you have a resume already, I'm totally fine with you using that. Just make sure that it's adequate. I don't want you guys to throw something together to try and beat the system here. That's not the point of this. If you create your resume now, you're going to be able to use that and improve on it all the way through your college experience. Hold on. Guys, if you're not muted, please mute yourself. Right now. Thank you. All right, so resume template. Okay, fill this out. Make sure when you're doing your education and your experience that you're going from the most recent to the latest, right? So if your first job was like working at Burger King and your second job was working in an office, you're going to list your office first. Sometimes that makes common sense to people, but others it doesn't, and I want to make sure that you guys are doing it correctly. So your most recent goes on top. Same with education. So make sure you include, hold on. I'm gonna figure out the mute button here. Okay. All right, so same with education. Make sure that you are putting in your college education first, even if you're a first year. You can project what your degree is going to be. You can put in all the Ferris information, and then you're going to want to do your high school stuff. Now, if you did any like community college or anything in between or did dual enrollment, you can also list those as separate items. You have your skills and then your activities. So if you have any extracurriculars, those would go down here. And that's pretty much it for the resume. So that's pretty straightforward. Then we have our cover letter. So basically what we do when we start our cover letter is we get rid of the word cover letter, okay? Let me enable editing. Please do not leave that on your cover letter. I saw that a lot last semester and it drives me crazy. So when you send an employee your cover letter, it is not going to say cover letter at the top. So you need to make sure you remove that. So at that point, you just fill out all of your information there. We're gonna actually do this. Okay, so there's my information. And then the receiving person's name, position, company name, address line, city, state, zip code, that is all going to come from the mail merge. Okay, so we're gonna skip that for a minute. Dear, your salutation line here, that is going to come from the mail merge. So our instructions, I'm just literally going to copy and paste the instructions into our paragraph so we have some placeholders. Okay, and this is all in your instructions that we just downloaded. Okay, and then we have our signature line here, signature block. So then you're just going to want to type your name. All right, and then our enclosure means that we're going to attach a resume to this. So that's pretty much it for the cover letter template. Again, you need to make sure that you're explaining how you heard about the company and why you're applying for it. 3 to 4 sentences, that's fine. Let's talk about your skills and why you're a good fit for the job. And then make sure you thank the potential employer for their time and why you need to be considered for that position. Make sure you're including your professional email and phone number. So you need to make sure you're putting your contact information in there for how they need to contact you for an interview. And then also include a time that you're going to follow up with them. So it's always kind of a good practice that when you send an employer a cover letter that you follow up with them in maybe a week or so, depending on how you're sending it in. All right, so that's our template. And then for our mail merge portion, so now we're down to the mail merge instructions in our assignment instructions. So again, watch the instructional video. Okay, that's posted in the Canvas course. Create your mail merge list in Word or Excel. I don't really care which application you do your mail merge list in. Since we're kind of in Word, maybe do it in Word and practice your table skills a little bit. And then once we do that, we're going to insert those mail merge fields. So right now, what we're going to do is create our database. So I'm going to open up a new Word document. Okay. And the instructions say that we need at least 5 companies or places we want to send our resume and cover letter to. And then we need to have at least 9 mail merge fields. All right, so if I'm doing this and I'm looking at all the required mail merge fields in the instructions, 9. So those in the list, in the instructions, those are your headings for your table. So we have 9 of those, and then we need 5 rows because we need to send it to 5 prospective employers. So all I'm going to do is insert a table. And you can do it with the little quick add here. So I have 9 columns for my headers. And then I'm actually going to have 6 because the first row is going to be for my headings. And I need to send this to at least 5 employers. So a 9x6 table at least. Now, if you want to add another field like for email address or for country, that's fine too. You just need at minimum these 9 fields. So then when I put those in, they're going to go in my first row. All right. And then I'm just going to start filling in my data. So if you have, or if you're going for an accounting degree, what you want to do is get online and look up some accounting firms. Obviously, we're not actually sending this to anybody right now, but if you can find real data, it might be easier than making it up. So look up some accounting firms or marketing firms if you're a marketing major. And basically what you're going to do is fill out all the information into your table for each prospective employer. All right, now I'm 1 short here, so make sure you do at least 5. All right, that's what the instructions say. So when you're done here, what you need to do is save your table. And I'm just going to put it on my desktop. And I'm going to save it as my address example. Okay, so save it somewhere you can remember. I'm going to cancel because I already actually have it saved. I'm going to close that on my other screen. So once we have our mail merge database completed, our word table, what we need to do, don't save that, is connect them. So we need to connect our mail merge database with our cover letter so we can bring those fields in. Because we don't want to type, especially if you're sending it to 20+ employers, you don't want to retype this information every single time. It's tedious and it's time consuming. That's where mail merge comes in. So to connect your mail merge database, you go to your mailings tab. Again, this is all in your instructional video located in the course here. Go to your mailings tab, and then we are going to do select recipients. So when we do that, we have the option to type a new list, which you can do, but we're not going to do it for this assignment. And then we want to use an existing list. So when we do that, we need to go and find our list. And it was this one. And then you might have a little glitch with this. So make sure that you go to all files, or else you select all Word documents. Okay, either should work, but it can't be in all data sources. This is looking for an actual database file like an Access. So you can't use that one. So I'm going to open. All right, so what that did is combined my mail merge database with my cover letter, and now we have to insert our fields. So when we go to insert mail merge field, we're going to see all of those headings that we had created in our table. So basically just insert your fields, just click on them, use the drop down. Now what you need to make sure of is the formatting here, because if I just go first name, last name, there's no space in between here. So we need to account for that space, because when you look at a cover letter, the first name and last name shouldn't be mashed together. You need to have a space in there. So we're just going to use our space bar, put that in. And then we want to delete this because we don't need that anymore. That was just a placeholder for us to insert our mail merge fields. All right, so position. Okay, insert the mail merge field, position. And I'm just going to work my way down. Company. And then the address line. So the address, you have to insert multiples, right? Because we need our address. Oh, sorry, that's the next line. So the address, you just do the address, and then the city, state, zip is where we have multiples. Okay, so again, pay attention to your formatting here. So we do city, okay, comma, space, state, space, and then our zip code. All right, so we have the address block in there now with our mail merge fields. Now let's look at our salutation. So dear, and we have to use title in there because we need to use all 9 of these mail merge fields in the document at some point. So title, and then this really depends on how you entered your title in your database. So if you did Mr. Period, then you don't need to use any punctuation here. But if you just did Mr. MR, then you would need to insert a period here. So space. And then if you just want to do the last name, and then make sure that you use the comma. Now, if you want to insert the first name here too, you can do that as well. And then we have our paragraphs explaining why we want the job, how we heard about it, what our skills are. And then we have our signature block. So that's really it. If you want to get creative and use, the company name in somewhere in your second paragraph, or if you wanted to even use it here where it actually says company, like you can say, I learned about this job opportunity through company and insert your mail merge field there. So if you do it in the body, same premise, just make sure your punctuation is correct. So space if you need to do that. And then when you're all done, what you need to do is preview the results. So you come up here to your toolbar again, preview the results, and you can see that it automatically took all the information that I put into my mail merge database and moved it into my cover letter automatically. So I have Mickey Mouse, and then if I flip through the other recipients, I'm going to look at the next record. You can see it switches to Minnie Mouse, and I didn't have to type any of that. So what I would recommend is that you guys do just flip through, make sure everything looks okay, your punctuation is good, your spaces are good. Make sure in your body too, if you insert any of the mail merge fields there, that the spacing and punctuation looks good there. Okay. All right, and then, so at the bottom of our instructions that we downloaded earlier, it says what you need to submit. So this is where the OneDrive part comes in. So I'm going to show you, I'm not going to show you the OneDrive part because I want you guys to kind of learn this, but I'll point you in the right direction. But basically your cover letter showing the mail merge fields, your resume, and then your mail merge list database that we had created in our table in Word, that needs to be shared as well with me. So you take those 3 items, you put them in a OneDrive folder, and then you share, you create a link and you copy the link as your submission into Canvas. So is there any questions? We'll talk about OneDrive here in a second, but is there any questions? I just want to pause real quick if anyone needs to talk about
Miss,
this one through. Yep.
I missed the first 10 minutes because I was getting COVID testing,
Okay.
but did I miss a lot in the first 10 minutes or?
Well, the video will be posted after the class. Okay, give me about an hour and it'll be up there, and then you can review that from there, from our YouTube.
All right. All right.
Okay, and if you have questions, you can email me.
All right.
Any questions on the assignment as far as resume, cover letter, and mail merge?
Oh, I have a question for
Okay.
resume. At the bottom where it says enclosure, how are we gonna do that? Is that just like a link or something?
So the enclosure just refers to, it just means that you're also including something else. So when you send this to an employer, you're going to send a cover letter along with your resume. So imagine, not that people really send stuff in the mail anymore, but when you send something through the mail like this, you're going to have, at least 2 sheets of paper. And the cover letter signifies that there's something else inside that envelope. That's all it means. So you can leave it there. You don't have to do anything with it. It's just signifying to the employer that there's something else in that envelope that they need to look at.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good questions. Any other questions? All right, we'll pop them in the chat if you do have a question. Let's just look at OneDrive real quick. So there is a tutorial in here, and this is just going to link you out to OneDrive. Is anybody familiar with OneDrive already? Maybe just shout out. Okay, how about Google Drive?
I know Google.
Google.
Yeah, I know Google.
Yeah.
How about like Dropbox?
Nope.
Mm.
Okay, so Google Drive. You guys used to use Gmail here. So same premise. It's just cloud storage. Okay, so you used to be able to share your Google Drive documents with your classmates or your instructors. Same premise, just a little bit different steps. So this link will kind of walk you through. You can also watch the video that walks you through the process. I think it's only a couple minutes. And then there's written instructions down at the bottom here. So basically, you just upload those into your OneDrive folder. And to get to your OneDrive folder, are you guys all using webmail? So like if you go to office.ferris.edu, or if you click on the email link through my FSU, it should redirect you to here. Oh my goodness, this has been so slow the past few days. So remember, this is where you can install Office from. So if you don't have Office on your computer, but what we're interested right now is OneDrive. So when you get into your OneDrive, I use OneDrive consistently because if I'm working at home or if I'm working in the office or I have another device that I take with me to meetings, everything's syncing. So I have access to all of my data no matter where I am. It's awesome. So use this. And again, this is a good backup tool for you guys if you're working in the labs and you don't have a flash drive with you, or even good practice for you guys to do on your own devices, because you never know when your hard drive is going to crash, right? And it's always at that time where you either are studying for an exam or you have homework due. So OneDrive backs all your stuff up to the cloud, to your Office 365 directory, and you don't need to worry about it. So are the instructions, we have a question here, the instructions and tutorial video for, yes. So OneDrive is OneDrive regardless of operating system. Okay, so this is what OneDrive looks like. If you wanted to just create a new folder, say I wanted to create a new folder for this course. Just create a new folder, name it for the course, and then you see it show up down here in your list. And then you can just drag and drop, or you do have an upload option here. Okay, files and folder, you can do either or. Up here are also your controls for like downloading if you need to do that. And then you'll see the copy link and share as well. So let me just show you how to, where's my folder? me just get to my folder. I need about 4 more monitors so I can see everything going on my screens right now. All right, so I'm going to take the 3 items for this week's assignment and I'm going to just drag them and drop them into there. All right, so once you got them there, basically you can just share. I'm not sure if we can share all at once. I don't think we can. So you're gonna have 3 individual links. Unless you wanted to like share the folder with me, that can be a little bit more tricky too. So there's this little icon here next to your, once you upload things, you'll see this share icon, okay? So what you need to do is select specific people because we don't want everyone. These are kind of the permissions you're giving to be able to access your documents, okay? We don't want everybody in Veris to be able to access your stuff, your homework assignments. So make sure that you do specific people, and then you can allow editing, and then we're going to apply. And then you can actually just copy the link from here. Yeah, let's do that instead of sharing. And this goes over it in the video as well. So make sure you watch the video. I usually share, so sending a link is just easier for you guys to do with your assignment. So when you, sorry, let me go back. So once you get in there, you don't even have to worry about this drop down, okay? Just cancel, and then we can do copy link. So you have a link here. Let's do copy. And then when we go back to our Word project and we do our submit assignment, we're going to just paste our links in there, okay? So what I should be able to do when I go in and grade it is just come into your submission and click on all 3 of your links and see your assignments. So your Word, your resume should pop up, your cover letter should pop up, and then I should be able to see your mail merge database in Word, okay? I know we went through that really quickly. So do you guys have any questions on that? Again, you can always refer to that video. That's a good video. That's actually one of the ones that I started watching when I first started using OneDrive a few years ago. No questions? Are you guys going to email me with a bunch of questions after class? Okay. So that was just a quick, dirty little tutorial for you guys. All right, so let me go back here. Don't need to save that. All right, any other questions on week 2's assignments?
I have one for the group research paper. What was the name that you said that you recommended? Because we also have a future assignment on it.
Oh, so the group research paper. Okay, so that would be the Showa database. So this was previously an individual assignment. We made it a group assignment this year, okay? So it's a genocidal assignment. So that means, I don't know how to describe that without being grotesque. So the Showa date, a genocide is like World War II and like the Nazis. Does everybody know that? Okay. So when we get into the databases, you're going to want to do the Showa. I mean, you guys can choose a different topic, but my opinion is you're going to be doing extra work later, so you might as well just do the work now. And then you can use that for your PowerPoint presentation. So once you get into the databases, you can either click on S here or search for the Showa database. Okay, and then there's additional instructions on how to use it from here. So we're really focusing on like the Holocaust, okay, that time. So you basically pick a person that went through the Holocaust, and there's a video that you have to watch, and you need to do a snippet of the video. So you guys kind of need to get together as a group and then divide up who's doing what. And then make sure you include a paragraph. I think the assignment says this. Make sure you include the paragraph that kind of describes what each person in the group's role was. So, yeah, right here. So that, talk about, you know, their experience, how old they were, you know, did they lose all their family? Did they, obviously they made it out if they're doing the video interview. So just kind of talk about their experience. Yeah, if you have questions or if you're not sure, like topic wise, or like what to write about the person, let me know and I can give you some ideas. But it's pretty straightforward. It's like what, 2 to 3 pages long, I think. So it's not a very long assignment at all. But make sure you guys get with your groups and start talking about who's doing what, okay? And that did get extended. Sorry, that did get extended until next Sunday. Josh, did you have a question?
Oh yeah, so the groups have been like selected already?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, groups are under people. All right, and then you guys need to go and find who's in your group. I'm not sure if you can, yep. So Josh, if you look there, there's the members of your group. All right,
All right.
so you can use Canvas to communicate with them, or you can just use your email. Either is fine. I don't care how you guys communicate. What else did we not talk about yet today? Again, here's the tutorial for the Showa database. Make sure you review that. Okay, that's going to point you like directly how to get to the videos for the people. Okay, there's a couple examples here. The first one was the genocidal topic. Let me pull that open for you. So, yep, you'll see you need to snap the video in here, insert that into your paper, just kind of talking about who the person was, you know, what their experience was going through the Holocaust, if any family survived, and then make sure you do your references. Now, I think the references are supposed to be in MLA format here. So there's a tutorial in there as well about how to do MLA format. Okay, so Kyra has a question. How do we get to the recordings of the class again? Okay. Recordings can be found under our modules, our Getting Starting modules. Here's all of our Zoom recordings. All right, so that's going to link you out to our YouTube page, and then our recordings will all be uploaded here. So I will update, or I will upload today's recording probably within the next few hours. By lunchtime, it should be up. Any other questions on the assignments for this week? Okay, if you haven't gotten your Gmetrics voucher, please, please, please do so as soon as you possibly can. I have not heard anything new on when the Mac client will be available. I kind of keep checking on a daily or every other day basis. I haven't seen anything yet, and I haven't heard anything yet. So if or when I do, I will send out an announcement so you guys will get notice that the Mac client is available and you can go and download that. Next Wednesday, next Wednesday, I should be able to open the lab. So if you are interested in coming into class from 9 to 10, I will be there. But again, seating is only 24. So if you are interested in coming in, maybe shoot me an email so we don't run out of seats for you guys. Otherwise, I can do the Zoom session from that class. Any other questions? All right, a few of you still have some outstanding assignments due from week 1. So please make sure you get those in. Don't fall behind in the class. I'll be lenient the first week, but on the regular Canvas assignments and stuff, I will start taking 10% off starting this week. So make sure you guys get your assignments in on time, okay? There's a lot of you, there's one of me, and that's a lot of grading. So timeliness matters. All right, well, I will be on till 9:50, so about 5 more minutes. If you guys have any other questions, either shout them out or type them in the chat box. And we will see you guys on Monday.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Right. And for Gmetrics, we just upload a screenshot of the scorecard. Yes. So I should have said this when everybody else was on the call still. Let me just get there. Let me show you what I really would like you guys to upload. It is in the instructions, but I had all kinds of uploads. Oh my gosh. So when you complete a test, if you go under your completed tests, you're going to see them all in here. Once you start getting a lot in there, you can filter them. So if you only want to look at Word, this is what I would really like to see the screenshot of, because it shows me all the exams you've done. It tells me what the score is when you completed it, and it has your name. So if you can capture that whole screen for me and upload that, that would be awesome.
Got
Good,
it.
Ryan?
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, Elizabeth. We get the resume template down. Yes, so all the templates are included in the assignment for this week. You go by Liz, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so everything's in there. So the instructions, download those, and then you're going to download the resume template and the cover letter template.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then George, I'm a little confused on what module in Gmetrics you're supposed to do. Okay. So if we go back to, so when we're in our week 1, so let's just look at week 1 real quick. So the modules you're going to do, you're going to see here. So our skill review 1, okay? And then you're also going to see it here on the rubric. And then if we look at week 2, you're going to see skill review 2 and skill review 3. So when we get into Gmetrics, what that looks like is you have to start a new test. And we're doing 2019 Word. So we have lots of modules in here. We have a couple extra. We do not do the concept reviews. So do not do those. I actually had someone do that this weekend, and they're way harder, I think, than what the other ones are. The skill reviews are just time consuming. So we have our skill review 1, skill review 2, skill review 3, and for each of those you can see we have our training and testing mode. So do your training mode first, that has your help button in it. So it will walk you through step by step what you need to do to accomplish a certain task. And then you have your testing mode. The questions are exactly the same from the training mode to testing mode. So you really need to master the training mode first because testing mode counts down from 50 minutes. Okay, so that's kind of a time to test. Training mode will count up for you, so it will give you a good idea on how long it takes. So skill review 1 was week 1, skill review 2 and skill review 3 are this week, and then next week we have our practice exams. So practice exam 1 and 2, training and testing mode for both. Does that help, George? Okay. Any other questions on Gmetrics?
I have one for the discussion board.
Okay.
I emailed you about replying to a classmate's posts.
Yeah.
And I did to I just 2 random ones that I saw, but I'm seeing a peer review that's given to me. So are you giving me the classmates to respond to?
Oh, so okay. So I think I might know what you mean now. So are you saying you're getting an email saying that someone peer reviewed you?
No, I'm saying I've been assigned a peer review for a certain person, and then it wants me to review their comments, their posts. But
I wonder if it's automatically. Is anybody else seeing that? I wonder if it's automatically assigning you someone to peer review.
yeah, that's what it's like.
Don't worry about it. As long as you responded to 2 of your classmates, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that peer review thing is. That's I haven't used Canvas too much. So the peer review thing is a little bit new to me. I guess I assumed wrong when I thought it just meant that you needed to respond to at least 2 of your peers. I'll go back and look at that and see if there's something I can change to make it a little more intuitive.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thanks, Safa.